Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock division with their first of 3 qualifying heats starting on the pole out of Brantford. The ShedNetA.com number 13 is Casey Huffman, and lining up to his outside out of Caledonia in the Got Concrete Green Line Enterprises 77, it's Brett Rodwell. Starting in third aboard car number 53, it's Logan Schwedick out of Jerseyville. And rolling off fourth in the Affordable Towing and Recovery number 40, it's Jay Liverance out of Brantford. Row number 3 on the inside, the Cool Kids Ice and Water 38 of Terry Martin out of Oshwegan. Out of the outside in the Affordable Towing and Recovery 911, it's Nick Liverance of Brantford. Row number 4 will be the 7 of Jason Lungaro out of Hagersville in the Club 54 Racing Ride. And at his outside, in car number 11R into Port Colborne, the Sean McCready Trucking and Wicks Filters Camaro, that is Bryce Richardson.
Green flag in the air. We're going racing in heat number 1 for the Thunder cars.
Well, Greg, I'm going to jump in here. Rodwell will take the outside line out of turn number 2 and jump down the back straightaway. Casey Huffman working in position 2, but here comes Schwedick in the 53.
Schwedick looking to the bottom. It looks like that car has been in different stages of preparation this year. Looks like it's almost ready for vinyl lettering, but for now they're using green tape to make that 53 on the black race car, but who cares? He's running quick and battling for second.
Keep your eye on the 6th place car working on 5th now, Bryce Richardson. He will split the middle of the 2 green Liverance machines down the back straightaway, put him up into 4th spot. If you recall last week at him, he blew the motor up in turn number 2, told us he'd be ready by Sunday. He's had a whole week. He's back at it again.
Great to see that beautifully prepared number 11 of Bryce Richardson out in front. Brett Rodwell, second generation racer, holding the way. Leading the way, holding off Casey Huffman and Logan Schwedick. But here comes Richardson. He was about 10 car lengths back, and now about 3 car lengths back in that 3-car battle for the lead.
Huffman with a good lead into turn 3 that time. Couldn't capitalize on the Rodwell 77, and that brings Schwedick to his back door with Richardson working the inside with a smooth line out of 2 in the 11R. Facing the top 3.
Richardson looking great out there in the 11R, but Brett Rodwell almost looks like he's getting a little bit faster every lap. Really smooth off the corner. Here goes Richardson to the inside of Schwedick as Schwedick goes to the inside of Huffman.
Top 4 have pulled away. Now Ryan Denning will lead the charge for group number 2. It's almost a 3-car battle down the back straightaway, and they'll get it is Schwedick on the inside with Richardson and Huffman up on the top as they chase down Rodwell.
And now Rodwell's backing up just a little bit to that second place car, so they are all over the race leader, Brett Rodwell, as Bryce Richardson working the inside groove. Casey Huffman up high. He'll look to go between Richardson and Rodwell in turn number 2.
Boy, you bet Richardson's wishing we were running passing points like the sprints today. He'd be the top gun for sure as they bring it off of 4. Down to the 2 to go sign from Kyle McKenzie into 1. Richardson to the lead now. Rodwell trying to hold off Huffman and the Schwedick 53 out of 2.
With the cars battling in front of them, Schwedick was able to close back in again. So Bryce Richardson will see the white flag in the air. Right behind him is Casey Huffman and Brett Rodwell. Here goes Schwedick to the inside.
Oh, Huffman was backing it out of turn 4 that time. And now it's Richardson with the advantage in through the middle, 1 and 2. Battle for second still there with Rodwell and Huffman down the back straightaway. Richardson on cruise controls the 38, slows into 1.
Jason Lungaro just turned the fastest lap of the race, and he's closing in, but he's going to be out of time. Richardson will take the win. Rodwell second. Huffman holds on to third. Schwedick and Lungaro round out the top 5.
So all the cars on the front straightaway will qualify directly into the A feature tonight. I called Lungaro Denning. I must apologize for that. They've got those cars looking the same. Jason Lungaro in the number 7. Been a while since we called a race, Adam.
It has been. It was a lot of fun.
And starting in the 3rd spot, out of Oshwegan, the Gales Auto Aftermarket, Hess Performance 13X, that is Craig White. Rolling off 4th out of Brantford, the Classic Party Rentals, Clarence Street Dental, number 1 of Chris Dickey. And on the inside of row number 3, going off from the 5th spot out of Caledonia, the Club 54 Racing, number 8 of Ryan Denning. To his outside, rookie driver Christopher Hale out of Guelph for the McColeman Media Ride. And on the back row, the 37H, that'll be Rob Hoskins out of Harley. And starting in position number 8 aboard car number 23 out of Hagersville, the Mert Timpson Auto Caledonia Auto Supply Ride of Trevor DeBoer.
Thanks, Greg. Through 1 and 2 they go. It'll be Beagle with the advantage here in the Gen 2 style Camaro. They take it down the back straightaway. Actually, the Gen 3 Camaro. Style running good through the bottom with Blake Bomberry on his heels.
Car number 1, Chris Dickey. I don't know if he's got a right front going down or what the problem is on that machine, but it will not turn. Chris Dickey way behind the rest of the field, but out front, continues to be the 84 machine of Ryan Beagle.
Yeah, horrible plow in that Strickland's number 1 for Chris Dickey. Not sure what's killing that machine, but this time it actually is Ryan Dinning in the Club 54. Tobacco number 8 working to the inside of the Blake Barnberry 24, and the 79 with trouble up on the outside of 3. He will slow down, and we got 2 slow out of turn 4.
Yeah, Christopher Hale well off the pace. He does have a flat right front tire. He'll try to limp that to the pits. Out in front on the backstretch is Ryan Dinning, edging ahead of the 84 machine.
Dinning to the inside will broad slide up in front of the RK 84 of Ryan Beagle. Now third spot, it's the Nitro 54 car of Blake Bomberry, and then a good battle for third, fourth, and fifth behind them. Hoskins has got the line over White.
And I'm so excited, Clint. The handicap is in effect. We're going to see the fast cars coming from the back. This is sort of the mid-pack cars that have had some bad luck. Wait till you see the lineup for the next heat. But we're halfway through qualifying heat number 2.
Dinning leads Beagle and Bomberry, Hoskins, DeBoer, and White. The 6 cars remaining out here for this qualifying heat race number 2 for the newly named Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock's new sponsor this year. And Adam, I want to mention, just talked to John, we're going to do it for 3 years, so we tripled up. 3-year deal for this division for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks.
Hey, I don't blame someone. You get your name on this division, I'd want to keep it there as long as I can, because I can't see the popularity of this class slowing down. 2 laps to go this time, twice more around for Ryan Dinning, who leads the way. Not pulling a big advantage, though, over Beagle in the 84.
Dinning, our second place finisher in the feature last Friday night, making a run down the back straightaway. He'll come around to Kyle McKenzie's white flag as they get this one wrapped up fairly quickly for qualifying race number 2.
1 more lap to go as Ryan Dinning crosses under the line. We've got a battle for third. Trevor DeBoer in the 23. Works to the inside of the 24 of Blake Bomberry.
DeBoer has really picked up his game the past couple of seasons and doing a great job out there. And in the Niagara tracks also been running pretty good in that 23 machine. But Ryan Dinning always a threat here at the Big O. He will come down to the Club 54 Tobacco number 8 and grab the win ahead of Ryan Beagle in the 84K. DeBoer, Barry, Hoskins, and White to wrap up qualifying heat race number 2 for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks.
That's how they bring them home. And as I said, there are some heavy hitters in heat number 3. Let's bring them from Caister Center in the DNS Automotive sponsored number 28. It's Jim Lampman. And rounding out the field, he's won both races here this year so far from Hagersville. The Jibs Action Sport number 49 of Dave Bailey.
In fact, Dave Bailey, I think, is 8 for 8 this year. Nobody has beat him if he has shown up, Adam, at any of the tracks here. Merrittville, Humberstone, or Ohsweken. Somebody's going to try and take the bounty on Brewster Baker tonight. Here we go into 1. It is Salt with Chenoweth tiptoeing through 1 and 2, and everybody ganging up behind.
And I'm not sure what's wrong with Derek Lemaire. He was hanging back on the start, and he's really dropping back, so maybe he hears something in that engine or feels something amiss and just wants to feel it out. But look at this gaggle of race cars. Sean Chenoweth leads lap number 1.
New to the dirt here, Sean Chenoweth had a busy week a couple weeks ago at Sunset. Back tomorrow at Flamborough for the APC race for the limited pro late models. Let's say, Adam, and I know you and I are hoping to be over there. Chenoweth picking up some of the smoothness and bringing it here to the dirt.
Should be a great show at Flamborough Speedway. They're also having a lot of fun on the dirt. Talked to Sean and his father Bob back in the pits. They really don't know what adjustments to make on the race car, so they said we cleaned it since last week, and we'll see what it does this Friday.
Hey, he ended up on the podium in his first race here, so that was a good deal for Chenoweth opening night. But here comes Bailey from the back to the front, and he might be the passing points winner if we had one. The battle, Bryce Richardson, Dave Bailey, and the Window Works 49 Jibs Action Sports Machine working on the Chenoweth London Recreational 89C.
3 wide for third place. Ken Sargent on the inside in the 25. Carl Salt had the spot. He's running in the middle. And then Jim Lampman, he's been fast all year long. He'll take the third spot on the high side.
You know, watch for that Salt 81. I talked to his crew chief, Glenn Hills, here, former tech guy here, and now currently at Humberstone. He said that 81 car, they are praying for the dry, slick stuff. That 81 car runs so good when it's dry and slick, so they're hoping it's going to dry up here tonight.
I don't see that happening from my vantage point, but he runs pretty well on a tacky track as well. As we've got 5 laps complete in this Thunderstock heat. Dave Bailey pulling away by 10 car lengths.
Bailey, then Chenoweth with Lampman working to the inside of him here in the 28. Lampman, another one of the three-night warriors going at it Friday, Saturday, Sunday on the dirt. Multiple cars. Got his son Donnie racing at Maryville. Donnie's only 13, too young to race here. You got to be 14 at the Big O to get behind the wheel. He'll be with us next year.
And if you can make it a family affair, you can do it 3 nights a week as Sean Chenoweth gets up out of the groove in turn number 4. White flag in the air. Bailey takes the white. Lampman to second. Chenoweth recovered to run third, but can he hang on to it? He's got Ken Sargent working him over.
Last time down the back straightaway goes Bailey. He is going to keep the perfect streak alive as he works it here to the qualifying heat race win in the middle. Port Mechanical Thunderstocks. He will grab the third heat, and at the charge of the line, it's going to be Lampman by a nose ahead of Chenoweth. Then Sargent and Salt round out the top 5. That's going to do it. Now we're hearing possible fire under the 28.
From Ushweek, and the cool kids ice and water is Terry Martin. Car number 911 out of Brantford, the affordable towing 911 is Nick Liverance. And alongside will be car number 7 from Hagersville, the Club 54, Jason Longaro in the number 7. 11R out of Port Colborne, Bryce Richardson in the 11R, and alongside him in the 84 RK, it's Ryan Beagle from Victoria. Next row on the inside out of Ushweek is the 24, Blake Bomberry, alongside the 13X. Also from Six Nations, it's Craig White. Car number 1 from Brantford is Chris Dickey. Alongside will be the number 8. From Hagersville, it's Ryan Dinning. 37H is Rob Hoskins. 23 is Trevor DeBoer. The 81 is Carl Salt. 89C, Sean Chenoweth. With 25 is Ken Sargent. The 119 is Sean Quinn. The 56, Derek Lemaire. The 28 of Jim Lampman. 49 is Dave Bailey. The 79 is Christopher Hale. And the 77 rounding out the field, it's Brett Rodwell. Greg?
Well, I'll pick it up from here as they lead them off into 1. It'll be Schwedick through the middle of 1 and 2. Then you got Beagle with Dinning testing the inside metal. Always fast in the number 8, and he will jump out to the lead into 3.
Look at the leader, or the fast cars coming from the back of the field. Dave Bailey undefeated in 27. He's looking to break into the top 10. But out in front is Ryan Dinning ahead of Ryan Beagle and Bryce Richardson. Whoa, big problem out of turn 4, and we've got a car on its roof. That'll bring out the red flag.
Well, Rob Hoskins in. It looks like the Lampman 28 here in the middle of the front straightaway. Fuel leaking out. Safety crew on the scene here. Rob Hoskins is okay. Let me hear you make some noise for that. Rob, crazy run. Your car looks pretty crushed there. What happened out of turn 4?
I got a little loose, and I started the spin, and somebody kept the spin going, and then it goes from there.
But the main thing is you're smiling and you're all right?
No, it's all good.
It's all good, he says, ladies and gentlemen. That's true racer spirit there. How about it for Rob Hoskins? And we'll wait.
Keep running out of that car, so they've got to get the 28 Lampman. They will lift it up as high as that tow truck will lift it in the air. I believe Jim Lampman's still strapped in tight to that 28 machine, Clint, and Clint's busy down there working, so I hate to make him grab his microphone, but Jim is still strapped in, is he not?
Yeah, Jim said, "What's wrong, man?" I said, "You got a flat right rear. That's all I can tell." So, they will drag him right back to the pit area.
Captain Obvious here in the tower says, "I believe the problem is you have a car under you." And the crew will immediately flip the Rob Hoskins car back on its wheels. Oh, that'll buff out, Clint. Body right off of a race car, but it looks from here as though all 4 wheels are basically pointed in the general direction that they should be, Clint.
Yeah, for the most part, looks all right. It is out of gear and ready to roll off. So, yeah, the front end is damaged. The left front's got some big problems, but other than that, it looks fairly worse for the wear considering the problems he could have here tonight.
It's always interesting to see who's watching. As Dale Shaw is a regular here on Friday nights at Ohsweken Speedway, of course, former APC Series late model champion. J.R. Fitzpatrick tweeting tonight about wishing he had a sprint car to drive. I've almost got to call him out, Clint, and say, J.R. Fitzpatrick, why do you not have a sprint car to drive? You know, there's only one person to blame for that.
Steyer's crew put him in one a few years ago.
The 89C of Sean Chenoweth doing pretty well on his transition to dirt for Friday nights. Trevor DeBoer in the 23. Jay Liverance in that green number 40.
Adam, I was just talking to Doug on the radio. I said, maybe we should run it through him one time. And he gave me one of the lines you gave me 20 years ago here. They all know it's there. Let's go. I'll get it over there right away.
That's true. It is to the inside of the racing groove, so I believe we are good to go. Ryan Denning, running Beagle up high the racetrack in 3 and 4, but that'll give him a nice run off of turn number 4 as they head to the green flag.
Off into one they go. It's Denning with the advantage here. It's number 8 car, the 84 of Beagle running in second. They work it here into the bottom of 3.
Sean Chenoweth on the inside, battling for that second position as they work through turn 4. Ryan Beagle will hang on to it. Chenoweth to third, Bryce Richards into 4th.
Off of turn number 2, Denning with the advantage. Beagle here running down the back straightaway. Solid run for him going. And Chenoweth puts the nose down to the bottom of the 89C.
Chenoweth going to keep digging on the bottom. I'll tell you, if you want to see a show, look at the white and orange number 56 of Derek Lemaire. He is going about half a mile farther than anybody else. He almost goes to the parking lot before he turns left in 1, and he went a little bit too far. Missed the cushion, lost those half a dozen spots. Look at Jim Lampman in the 28. Lampman back almost to the top 10.
Out of 4, down the front straightaway, it is Denning with the 8 cup with the advantage. Beagle with the run through the bottom of 2. Here comes Chenoweth now looking on the outside in the 80C.
Sean Chenoweth has seen the most success, pounded the inside groove here in the opening couple of weeks in Ohsweken Speedway. He's going to venture up the racetrack, try out the banking, battling in the 3rd spot.
Denning using the handicapping to his advantage tonight. Now flat right rear on the 911 of Liverance as he comes slow down the front straightaway. It's all Ryan Denning, Ryan Beagle, and Sean Chenoweth right now.
Ryan Denning with half a straightaway advantage over Ryan Beagle, who's got Sean Chenoweth hot in his heels. Then it's 10 car lengths back to the 11 of Richardson with Trevor DeBoer applying the pressure for that 4th spot.
DeBoer the sandwich in the middle between Bailey, Sargent, Richardson as they come off the backstretch down into turn number 3. And now here comes Carl Salt throwing his medal into that battle.
Dry, slick racetrack. That's when the 81 of Carl Salt comes to life, and he's up there battling. What a fantastic 6-car battle.
Turns out Glenn Hill wasn't telling me a fib about the 81. Looking good here as he will drive the bottom line out of turn number 2 and test the inside line here on Bryce Richardson. All still Ryan Denning as we put lap number 9 on the board.
Dave Bailey up to the 5th spot in that 49. Now he'll go to work on the 25 of Ken Sargent. Sean Chenoweth back to the inside to race Ryan Beagle for 2nd spot.
Down the backstretch they go. Good battle for 2nd. Beagle running in that position, and a couple of his buddies were claiming he was going to park it on the front straightaway tonight. He's keeping that dream alive right now, out with a great run here in that 84 RK.
I saw the same messages.
Chenoweth in a solid 3rd place run again here tonight. Then you got veterans of the street stock type cars with Dave Bailey. This could be the first night in 2017 where Bailey entered the feature and didn't come out the victor.
Oh, there's still a lot of laps to go as he's going to close in on the 89C of Sean Chenoweth. Dave Bailey really getting some good forward bite off the corners. He's able to run a different line than the cars ahead of him.
How about Jim Lampman, Adam? Did he get back out at the green of this one? Is he on the lead lap? Because he's hauling the mail pretty good in that machine.
Jim Lampman running in the 10th position according to my scoring.
Great recovery for Lampman in the DNS Automotive 28. Crew doing a good job. Look at DeBoer. Wow, did he just turn a hard left down the back straightaway as Carl Salt had issues in the 81 and DeBoer came across the nose of the 11. Yellow is out for the 81 of Carl Salt, broken on the top of turn number 4.
And that yellow is exactly what Dave Bailey needed to see and exactly what Ryan Denning did not need. And that number 8 machine, he was leading the way by a mile over Ryan Beagle in that 84, running in second.
Going to check if they need a hook there on the 81 of Carl Salt on the outside of turn number 4. What a good battle we've got going on here in the early portion, well, I should say middle portion of this race, as the guys battling so hard right through the middle there.
Well, I mean, you have to battle every lap for every position. This field full of talent. A couple of more messages coming in on Facebook. Clinton Nichols watching the live stream, and I've got some words for both of them. Clinton, I look out here, I look at Dave Bailey in that 49 machine, I look at Jim Lampman in the 28. Great drives by both of them. Ryan Denning, handicap worked in his favor because he's had some tough luck here in the early going of this season, but he's going to have his hands full if he wants to take the win.
Ryan Denning gets the jump. He will bring the field along with him in one. Here goes Beagle looking on the inside. Big problems down the front straightaway. We got White, Liverance, and a whole bunch of them together there on the front straightaway. We are red on the back straightaway once again.
Red flag flies as we've got carnage all up and down the front stretch.
Multiple times. He's out.
He is out of the race car, the driver of the 911, Nick Liverance. Race fans, give him a big round of applause. He went for a wild ride out of turn number 4.
Craig White over here getting checked out as he hit the wall hard on the front straightaway. Problems on the Lungaro. He's got the left rear beat up on him. So we will have a moment here to get this one sorted out.
Safety personnel at all 3 vehicles, Clinton, tending to these drivers.
You know, we have a great crew here. RaceMed Corp took over the medical and response. They handle the fire and medical team here, and they've done a great job so far in our first 3 weeks. Most of the guys we had for years, just a new management crew in. They're doing a great job for us here tonight.
Man, oh man, you hate to see equipment tore up like this. Great camaraderie in the Thunderstock class 2, Clint, I've found.
So they're going to move Craig White right back to the pit area. They're going to take the Liverance machine to the infield and pile it here with the Hoskins 37H to be cleaned up after. We'll get over here and pick up the Lungaro 7 machine, and we should be ready to go back here. We will have 7 laps to go in this one, and we're going to set up for a great finish here.
Well, we've got a lot of racing left to go.
Well, I got Jason Lungaro here. Jason, holding your right arm. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. I came in with a broken arm, so it's still broken.
So we didn't do any more damage to you?
No, just the same as it was.
Tough break for this car. You've teamed up with the Club 54 Tobacco team, and you've been running pretty good since you got in this Thunderstock. Tough break tonight. Talk about your evening.
Well, I'm just trying to keep out here, trying to stick in the points. I'm going to have 6 weeks with this cast, and hopefully once it's off, I can kind of climb back into the top 10.
Okay, I just got to say, if I'm Ken Sargent, I'm worried. His 2 teammates both have broken arms. How long till Kenny walks in with the cast? Both you and Denning are beat up. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? All the drivers are okay tonight, including Jason Lungaro. We appreciate him talking to us here. As we have to take his wrecked car out of here as quickly as possible.
By the 911, and then Jason Lungaro down here on the front stretch. He came right on the edge of flipping the car as well. But for Nick Liverance, good to see him walk out of there because, man, that was a rough ride down the front stretch. And this has been a rough race, as our friend Dave Gameforth commented on just a moment ago on Facebook.
The racing has been good.
Getting ready to bring him around. Denning, still nursing a broken arm on his. Getting ready to go here. Denning gets it going, and the green is out. We're on it once again. Trying to hold on to that good run he's got going, but here comes Sargent up the inside of the 25.
And Sean Chenoweth followed Ryan Denning as he went up the racetrack, coming back to the green. And Carton Sargent just stayed to the inside groove and got a great restart.
Bryce Richardson, we watched him move through the bottom here in his qualifying heat race tonight. find itself, and now we got yellow here on the speedway for the 79 around in turn number 1.
I'm telling you, lap number 14 is the tough one to get finished tonight. So Sean Chenoweth probably learned a bit of a lesson. Ryan Dinning running up Ryan Beagle, 3. If he runs it the way he's run the last couple of restarts, he'll go way up the racetrack between 3 and 4. And I believe what he's trying to do is get a good run downhill coming off of 4. Yeah, he's way up off the bottom. Watch Ken Sargent restarting 5th, however.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, trying to get that run down the straightaway, and you see Denning use the blast here. And look at them, 3 wide, 4 wide here as they enter into 1. Beagle trying to hold off the challenges from Bailey on the outside. Sargent on the bottom, and Chenoweth up the left rear quarter.
So Sean Chenoweth kind of the odd man out in that mix. Beagle trying to fight from the middle groove, but he's got Ken Sargent down low, Dave Bailey up high.
Now see what Beagle can do through the middle. Trevor DeBoer coming into the battle as well. Oh, Chenoweth gets a poke on Sargent, and he has a gulper there, has to back out of it and give it back to Beagle. Door to door for 3. Beagle crowds him low into the bottom of 3.
Beagle doing a great job to keep Sargent down the racetrack. That opens the outside for Trevor DeBoer. He looks to swing to the high side.
DeBoer going up around the outside, trying to find some bite, but he tail slaps it there, and that's going to scrub off some speed. Here comes Beagle, back to 4. Lampman 3 deep down the back straightaway with Chenoweth and Schwedick.
Jim Lampman still recovering from that lap 1 red flag incident, looking to battle his way into the top 5, and he's almost there.
What a run for Lampman with the car half apart, flat right rear, monster truck, the Hoskins car, but they're on it. Dinning back straightaway into 3. This will be 17 on the board with 3 to go. Bailey up on the high side and way out to lunch here, way back.
With 3 laps to go, Ryan Beagle would love to be parked on the front straightaway with a top 3 finish after this when he is right behind the battle between Dave Bailey and Ken Sargent for 2nd.
And 3 car of Beagle tends to get more rear bite than the other Gen 2 Camaros, driven by the 3 guys ahead of him. Doesn't handle that great through the turns, but it has more natural bite in the car. Let's see if he can drive it off the bottom. He's in the right lane. 2 to go. Dinning coming for the white.
White flag will be out this time for Ryan Dinning. He's half a straightaway ahead. 3-car battle for 2nd with Dave Bailey out in front. Ken Sargent right behind in the 84 of Ryan Beagle. Then it's Jim Lampman hanging on to 6th.
Down the back chute, Dinning for the final time into 3 and 4. He brings it around. He would like to have got it done last week on this sponsor night. He'll take it tonight. Ryan Dinning will win the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock feature, followed by Dave Bailey, Ken Sargent, Ryan Beagle, and Jim Lampman with a monstrous run back into 5th.
Great racing in the Thunderstock division. Tough for the cars that did not survive the race.
So Adam Ross will head down to Lucas Oil Victory Lane, and we will do the 50-50 draw right now. So get those 50-50 tickets out. As we get set to hear from Ryan Dinning, Dave Bailey, and Ken Sargent. The streak is over for Dave Bailey, and an impressive one that it was. One more race still to come, the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car A Main. So stay tuned for that one. As we'll turn things over to Adam Ross as he heads down to Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock Division.
Checkered flag in hand. He knows how this goes. Up on the roof of the number 8 Club 54 Racing Thunderstock. Ryan Dinning, don't fall off that thing. You've already got one broken arm. I don't know if you could do it with 2, but what a race. You got out front. I'm sure those late race yellow flags didn't suit your cause.
Oh, yeah. All I knew in that race is I just wanted to get out of there. I didn't want to be any near Bailey when he caught up to me.
Does that run through your mind, knowing that Dave Bailey hasn't lost a race this year? You obviously could have looked up and seen the scoreboard, so you knew he was close.
Oh, I knew he was coming. I don't know. He's won everything there is to win this year. I'm just glad somebody finally got it.
There you go. Congratulations, Ryan. Who'd you like to thank for this win?
Oh, man. Killer Bees, Club 54, Sheboygan Speedway, all the fans for coming out, my crew, everybody that helps us, anybody I forgot.
There you go. Ryan Ditting, we're going to make someone a little bit wealthier. How much is the draw worth tonight? $1,210. Ryan, I'll have you read out the winning number.
210818.
210818 is an orange ticket. Well, they're all orange tickets. If that's your number, you have won the 50-50. Second place, hands on his hips. Still smiling, though. Dave Bailey, that was a pretty good run from the back up to second.
Yeah, second's pretty good. There's a lot of guys that had, looks like they're going to have busy weeks fixing stuff, so glad those guys are all good, and glad mine's still in one piece.
That late race restart, Ryan Ditting still drove away. It looked like he might have had a better car tonight. What do you go back to the shop and work on this week, Dave?
We got to leave it alone. It's fine at the top. He's always been good at the bottom. He beat us today. We'll have our turns.
There you have it. Dave Bailey, second place tonight. Another driver with a big smile on their face. It's always good when the driver's on the podium with a smile on their face, but Ken Sargent, that looked like a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. You know what? You're racing with two of the best guys right here, and I've done a lot of laps, and I'm proud to race with these guys.
And I personally love to see the handicap in effect. So fast cars coming from the back, the better you do, the worse you're going to start the next week. How much grit does it take to run one of these races? There was some carnage tonight, and there's always some tight battles.
Well, you know what? It's great that, from a standpoint of building cars and maintaining them, it kind of is a drag that you got to start at the back. But you know what? You put us guys at the back, and we put on an awesome show because we got to get to the front.
Couldn't have said it better. Ken Sargent finishes third tonight in the Thunderstocks.